Hello, everybody. My name is Shane Catchpole, and I am the COO and Head of Advertising at Into Profits. So at Into Profits, we do two things. We have our coaching consulting package, which is Apex Seller, well-renowned, and we also do our ads agency, which is advertising for our clients on Amazon. So we specialize in helping 6, 7, and 8-figure sellers sell more units profitably. So today I want to touch base on a case study or a client we had recently where we took on her account and put some best practices in place, which I will share with you, and delivered some awesome results. So I'm hoping that this is going to be really interesting for you guys, and you'll be able to take something away from this to implement in your business to sell more units profitably. So first up, in terms of like context around the client herself, so we have changed the name here just for client confidentiality reasons. Other than that, everything here is based off cold hard data. So Carol is a driven entrepreneur who co-founded a business in 1989 with her mother. So a really awesome story here. We're so glad to be able to help Carol. So the product was created out of necessity to help her ailing mother. Drawing on their kitchen experience, they developed a unique recipe and began selling their products on Amazon. So this is a business that was established over 30 years ago now, and still in business, still really filling a need in the market. It's a real value-driven business. So the problem that Carol faced was she was struggling to keep up with the inventory management. She was having items go out of stock and replenishing was difficult. And then the increasingly complex PPC ads. So obviously Amazon have been adding more options for targeting over the past year, 18 months in particular. And there's obviously a lot of ways you can target now, a lot of advertising types. So she was getting overwhelmed with this. And because of that, she was having the inventory difficulties and not being able to put time into that to solving it. So as her profit dwindled and her inventory issues began to mount, she knew she was running out of time. Now, we offered Carol a free audit of her account to see if we could help. So the pitch here became more of a reveal kind of sales call, just due to the opportunity that we found in her account. There wasn't much selling involved. It was more a case of, here are some things that we think will really help. We designed out a 7-step plan, going through what we would implement, and gave that to her for free. Again, if she wanted to implement this herself, she could. However, we obviously are experienced in implementing a strategy like this, so she decided to partner with us, which we're very happy with. Now, in a case where clients come to us and they already have amazing metrics across their advertising, across their listings, across their SEO, this is someone that we potentially can't help. So, but in Carol's case, we could, so we're very happy. Okay. So there's 3 sections here I'm going to talk about in terms of how we look at Amazon accounts, how we audit. And the first one here is waste. So we really dig into the waste and run some of our processes here and our campaign management processes to filter for waste. And oftentimes there's waste there that people are unaware of. They may think it's profitable. However, they may not have like organic ranking. They might not have a good idea on the overall profit in those markets. And the listing might not actually be suited for those markets. So we really dig into the numbers here and see what we can find in terms of waste. So some of the things we implemented, we use negatives extensively. So we have a system, which I will touch on in just a second, where we use negatives extensively. 1, to improve performance, but 2, to make the data reading and analysis a lot better. We've got to get it so that we can read the data quickly and easily. Using negatives is one way of doing that. So the second thing is removing non-performing campaigns and targets. So Carol already had some campaigns set up. However, she was, some of these were not performing, some of these were not great. We turned some of these off and then launched new ones instead. So what happened here in terms of the spend dropped from $12,000 in June to $5,000 in July, with an ACOS reduction of 42% down to 30%. This is a massive result just from looking at the waste area of her account, with $7,000 in saving. And if we look at the expansion side now, so we're also always looking in terms of expansion. Is there an area in here that, or is there room for further expansion in terms of markets? Is there room for further terms to be launched, further ad types to be launched? This is the expansion area. So we ran our unique process there. We assessed there was 8 areas for expansion. Again, this is not actually a large amount as far as expansion. We usually see a lot more in accounts that have more potential. However, it is okay, not great. So we didn't think that in terms of the area of expansion, there was a massive amount here. However, we did see areas for expansion in terms of the sponsored brands campaigns and the sponsored display campaigns. The next one, and this was a really major area, was the structure. We see that people get this wrong a lot in Amazon advertising. And this was a major area of concern here because Carol had a lot of her traffic coming through abroad, her phrase and her auto campaigns. And these to me are like the lazy approach to Amazon advertising. I think it's good if you don't want to put so much time into it. If you want to basically set it and forget it, which is increasingly harder these days on Amazon, is just to set up those sort of discovery, what I would call discovery campaigns, phrase, broad, auto, good for profit, not necessarily good for anything else. So this was major, and I knew if we came in here that if we would set up the structure better with our launch of Exact, targeting down the top terms with our tiered system. So with our tiered system is something that we designed internally, and we basically look at, depending on the client account, we look at the tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3. In Carol's case, this was majorly needed, and this works great in accounts where there is a degree of maturation. And what I mean by that is, if it is a case that the client has been advertising or the prospect has been advertising for a long time, then they have a great range of data. They have a great range of data available. They've really uncovered a lot of what works and what doesn't work. So the tiered system that we have really goes in there and drills down on what is working, what's not working. And not only that, then builds the layered approach. So we can then see top terms, middle terms, lower terms. And you can obviously criteria this based on sales, based on conversion, based on click-through rate. There are some of the factors we look at when we're building out a tiered system. So we use that with our STR Analysis Tool. So that was available in our last video when we talked about title optimization. So that tool is available there if you want to check it out. And we'll also put it again in the bio here or in the description below. So the tiered system as well is now being benefited, or Carol is now benefiting from our proprietary advertising software into scale. So we have basically leveraged the tiered system with software to ensure no mistakes are being made, to give an even greater optimization approach, being able to look specifically at those tiers as opposed to a blanket approach, which we see a lot of people do in the industry. So cold hard numbers. So this is pulled straight from our spreadsheet here, and you can see the performance before. You can see the ACOTS, or what we call ACOTS, some people may call tacos. So it was up in the mid-20s range, and ad spend was anywhere from 12 to 19,000. Now another metric here that we have is the B-line. So the B-line is our estimate for profit, and we do that by getting the gross margin, or an estimate of the gross margin from the client themselves. Of course, all of this data is highly confidential, so this would never be shared externally. However, it helps us optimize for profit, which we're really fucking good at, and really make accounts explode in terms of profitability. So Beeline explained estimate for profit here. So we can see it hovers around the 8,000 to 9,000 mark. There was an 11,000 month there, and organic is around the 40% mark. Now, when we took over in just weeks, we had reduced the tacos or ACOTS by 70%. So with it averaging 24% before, we optimized it down to 9%, running our systems on that and campaign management. Our organic sales jumped by 23%. So from 47% up to 70% in July. So this was a major jump, and sales came down by 10%. So from turning off non-performing markets, there was a little bit of a reduction in sales, so which is expected. However, for a 10% reduction in sales in bad performing or non-performing markets, we see a massive increase in profits. We increased profit by 78% for July. So immediately, month one, we were able to increase profit from $9,000 up to $17,000. So let me just open that up here. So you can see here in our spreadsheet again, so we've just expanded out another 4 months. So you can see when we took over in June and went in our first month in July, the results we got. So in terms of the organic, the B line, ACOTS. Now, unfortunately, it can't be all rosy, right? So Carol had still not fixed our inventory problems. So we did see inventory run out in September and slowly regaining back in October. So not all rosy. However, we are seeing a very solid increase in profit and a stable increase in profit, one that we are very happy with. So the conclusion here. So Carol is on track to increase her profit by $88,000 this year. $88,500 to be exact. Now that she is solving her stock situation with the freed up time, we are really excited for what the next 12 months hold. So this is obviously hugely important because we've got two things going on here. We've got one, a massive increase of profit, which is hugely beneficial to her stock situation anyway, to have that profit or more inventory. And number two, we have the time that was freed up. Now everyone wants more time. I know that myself from running my own e-commerce business, having that time freed up so you can think about the next steps and the vision for your company is hugely important. And Carol knows, having worked with us, that she is a partner for scale now. So we can obviously manage her scale in terms of advertising, in terms of listing, optimization, so she can focus on growing the business and we focus on supporting her and just doing that. So to see if we can achieve similar results for you, apply for a free audit today. So there'll be a link in the description box below. Again, we'll give you the free audit and we will rate your PPC as far as giving a grade for the waste, a grade for the expansion, and a grade for the structure. These are the three key areas in PPC that we optimize for. So if you, for example, have a grade A in waste, a grade A in expansion, and a grade A in the structure, this is not someone we can help. We will congratulate you, send you on your way, congratulate your current advertisers. However, if there is opportunity there and we think that we can come in and improve things, we'll let you know that and we'll give you the audit so you can do that today. All right, guys, I hope this has been really helpful for you. Appreciate everyone's time. Catch you next time.